Hello, Rigo. To be the sports director of the sailing team cannot be the worst job in the world today. Tell me what happened.
What happened? Question number one. We had 3 sailors of the Norwegian sailing team out there having their first day. They were, I think, pretty focused this morning and did their job. And they sailed actually a very decent and good regatta.
Yes.
That's what happened.
Yeah. I followed the first race in the ILCA 6 class, where Line got off to a poor start and had a very difficult first windward leg, where she was 23, I think, at the first mark. But then she sailed one of the fastest race of all, and then ended up third. So that was perhaps some of a boost. But then, of course,
that's not completely the case. In the race where she was 23 at the windward mark, she ended up on 20th.
Yes.
Which was still quite good relative to others that had more problems getting through traffic where she was. The second race, she started well, quite close to the windward, to the boat end, and ended up at the windward mark on 3rd, and she managed to hold that position, occasionally attack the Croatian on the downwind, and then consolidated her position in the second lap and brought it home in good form. So a 20th and a 3rd. So that's a good day to open.
Absolutely. And I mean, the 20th, she may be able to discard at the end, but a 3rd is really what is counting for the moment. And then you had Herman, who sailed an equally impressive only one race. Yeah.
Herman was really sharp, as I understand also from Anton. Focused, had a really clear idea of the plan that they wanted to execute, and he followed up. And to be honest, I wasn't on the water. I could only see the footage in the main hall, and he had me worried in the beginning because it looked like the bottom left that we thought initially would be the good one was going to pay off. But he managed to stick with the plan that they formulated with Anton, and placed the shifts through the middle, and brought it like really close to the top of the fleet, and that's also a good start. Kale, his sparring partner, had a second, and at one point you had the French in the middle. You had Kale trying to attack him on the right side, and Herman was trying to attack him on the left side. So I called that the Anton sandwich that they were trying to pull off. But in the end, the French guy was just too good and too smart, and just brought it home. So that was really nice to start with.
But it was very light. In the first race for the women, it was down to 6 knots, I think, towards the end. And the boys sailing in 8 to 9 knots in their only race. So this is still pretty light stuff. Did it favor the Norwegians, or is it a disfavor to the Norwegians?
I don't know. I mean, I've been now working with them for about 5 years. When I met Line in the beginning, I thought she was really good at the light, especially strategically. But lately, she has shown so much progress on the physical side that she can also excel at the heavy breeze. Herman was basically a bit of the opposite. But then he pulls off a fantastic series in Miami with even less wind than here. So I would like to say that Norwegians are, let's say, real specialists in anything.
Right, and then you have Endre, who started off pretty okay, I would say, 14 and 16, and then he really pulled off a very strong third race. After having actually led at the first mark, then he came 5th.
So the The good thing is that he gives Aaron McIntosh, the coach of Kieran, sometimes a bit of a scare, because not many people are able to keep up with Kieran. But apparently those guys sort of sailed together in tandem the upwind, and Endre actually got the first mark first, and Kieran was really close with them. And then basically Kieran said something like bye, and then he took off, and Endre is just not as far as Kieran is if it comes to the downwind, but the upwind he's really impressively fast compared to many of the coaches right now. So that's good fun, and with a little bit of work, that guy can be a really asset for the team.
But I mean, all in all, it was a pretty good start. I mean, 2/3 and 5th for the best results of each sailor is really very good. And considering you can deduct races, and it was a pretty good start. So you must be fairly happy. I mean, it's too early to be really excited, but it was a good start.
It's a good start. And this morning I was sort of wondering myself, like, okay, did I miss anything? Are we ready? Have I done what we could do with the coaching stuff? And I could honestly say, well, yes, we did everything we could have done, and we covered all our bases, including physio, including meteo, including racing rules, including current. All bases are covered. Maybe not in the most perfect way, but at least everything is covered. And the sailors were prepped. The sailors were feeling good. So then basically it's up to them to show whether the plan was okay or not. And we're going to find out over the next couple of days. And the first day is always let's say a bit of a exciting day. Some sailors find that very hard to deal with. Today, I think we've shown that we can start, and now let's see if we can start building the series. That's another phase, another ball game. But in 2 days, other classes will start, so they will have the same phase that they will need to go through. So I'm in a happy place right now, mate.
Absolutely. What kind of conditions can we expect tomorrow?
Light, probably even lighter than today. So we're going to start as scheduled. And tomorrow it's my turn to be with Ende. He's going to start at 3 o'clock. I think the laser boys will be on Enoshima early, and Lina will be a little bit later. I think 14:30. That's the schedule, but we just have to wait. Right now the forecast is lighter than today. That could also mean that if the forecast is lighter, the thermal will kick in harder, and we'll have trade racing. So I'm always taking it what's going to happen for the next couple of hours, and not too far ahead. This typhoon is also still always a liability. It's supposed to hit the 27th in the evening, but those things apparently have still the ability to take a left and come for us and mess up everything. So we'll see. We had some more waves today. That is a sign that the typhoon is hanging around.
Right. Well, all I can say is good luck tomorrow. This was a good start.
Thank you.
It's going to be fun to watch, and we'll speak tomorrow at the same time.
Aye, sir. Thank you for this, and talk to you later.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.